going back to Russia and Ukraine, I mean, we can see the same thing with that. Russia has enough sense, and I don't fully trust them. I appreciate their help with Alkebulin, I do, but they have that same DNA. They have the same DNA as the West. So although I appreciate their help, I still watch them, you know. So just to say that, so with the Ukraine conflict, the US started in 2015 with arming Ukraine, with training Ukraine and the Nazis that were what's it called, the Azov Battalion. That was a part of, or is a part of, the Ukrainian military. That's a Nazi group. Okay, so the US didn't care about that. They went in, they armed them, they sent them money, and for the purpose of getting Ukraine strong so that when this war started, because they always prepare, believe me, they always prepare. This started back in 2015. So this is what, 2022, and this war started in 2022. So they had to prepare them. They had to get them ready and strong and buffed and supplied with all of this armament. And in order to go in, and because what they thought they were going to do and what they have done, because the world is seeing it, even though the media is giving a certain propaganda, which a lot of people are buying into, that Ukraine, oh, poor Ukraine, and Russia's the big bad guy. Well, they don't look at the fact that the US instigated that war. The US instigated it along with the Western nations. Russia's defending its territory, which, again, I wish to God that all African nations would follow suit with what Russia's doing. Russia has made itself completely self-sustaining. Alkebulin has all of the resources we can be sustaining. And I say we because I consider myself an African, even though, I'm still here. So it's my lineage. So we have all of the resources where we could be self-sustaining if we traded amongst ourselves instead of relying on the West for anything. We have our own oil. I mean, the oil is on the ground in Nigeria. We have our own oil. The US and other nations are coming to Alkebulin asking us for oil. We don't even realize what we have. We're sitting on all of this wealth, all of these resources, all of these riches. We have so much farmland. We will never, they might have issues with grain and with food. We will never have that. We will never have that.
But do you know that as the war is going on in Ukraine, a lot of African governments are crying of lack of food as a result of that? Because, yes, we have this land that is out there. There is this young population that is supposed to be put to work, and yet we can't do the common mathematics. Don't you think we are having some problem here? I mean, us, our Africans?
Yes. Yeah, because we're not working with each other. Okay, so when the colonizers came in, they came in and then, so they say they left, but financially they have not left, okay? What they did was they set brother against brother, because we are, as a continent, we are brethren. Okay, there's nobody else that looks like us, nobody. So what they did was they divided us. That's why you don't have, you're starting to see some countries working together. Okay, those countries that are starting to work together, they're starting to trade within, the borders, or amongst the borders, which is what should happen throughout all of the continent. Every single resource that every single nation in Alkebulin, all of the resources that they need are on the continent. if we open up our borders amongst each other and started trading amongst each other. One of the things that I heard was that farmers from one country cannot send food to another country. Why is that? Why? That should not be. We are one. We are a continent. No one in the West should tell us who we can send food to or who we can't send food to. Those leaders that are puppets in El Kebulin, because again, that's what the West does too. We've had amazing leaders, and what they do is they take out those honorable, ethical leaders and they put puppets in some of those countries in El Kebulin so that they'll do the bidding of the West to keep things divided, and so that we're not working amongst ourselves within our different countries so that we can sustain each other.
All right. In the midst of this, do you think maybe the diaspora have any role to play in trying to straighten up this situation? Because many of them are living here, for example, like your generation have been here forever, no? Mm-hmm. Now there are these other Africans that are coming in, be part of the diaspora. Because they live in the West, they understand the system here a bit better than maybe some other persons in Africa because they have not been here physically. Do you think there is a role that the diaspora can play trying to straighten up this issue?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons that I created the business, was because I wanted, one, for the diaspora to connect to their African roots. You know, again, even if they don't want to relocate, just visit, you know, so that they can see that there's one place on the earth where they're not going to be looked at differently, that they're not going to be looked down upon. They're not going to be ostracized because of the melanin in their skin. The diaspora is very strong. The people that are in the different countries throughout the world who are the diaspora are doing really well financially. If a lot of them are sending money back to their family members on the continent. But my desire, beyond just sending money back, invest in the continent, invest in her. Like, for instance, when Ghana did the year of return and beyond the year of return, they were asking for the diaspora to invest. And what we did within 1 year, we brought billions of dollars into Ghana. I don't know where all of it went because, again, Ghana is still a little enamored with the West, and we'll just leave it at that. So not sure where all the money went. So we'll just leave it at that. So
I'm sure the money fell inside the hole. Maybe the rat took it and they ran away with it.
You know, I don't know. Look, yeah, but I know that billions of dollars did come in. So yeah, the diaspora, because we are so strong and because we are angry and because we are woke, many of us are woke now, we want to strengthen the continent. We want to be investors in the continent so that what we see happening doesn't continue to happen. I'll use Ethiopia as a great example. When Italy went in to fight against Ethiopia, and thank God they were only there for 5 years, and they never truly colonized Ethiopia, but they had a strong presence there for 5 years. But Ethiopia kicked them out. You know, they had they fought with them and they kicked them out. A lot of the people in the U.S., the diaspora in the U.S., signed up to go and fight with Ethiopia to free them, so that the Italians would leave sooner. But because the U.S. government, again, is who they are, they prevented the diaspora from going. So because so many things are changing right now, and I believe that with the New World Order, that if the diaspora don't make that move now, at least to go or to relocate, that it's going to be really hard for them to do that in the future because of all of the controls that will be put into place. So if no one takes anything else from this, just know that things are about to change because of the New World Order.